Welcome to the Class of Kings. Good evening, everybody. Can you all hear me? So, today's day is a special day because we are starting a new lesson today. Yes, we are starting unit number 4. Unit number 4 is not a big unit. So, we can finish it like in 2 to 3 weeks with the questions also. I'm making a tute for this and I will give you the tute later, as we always do. But this lesson has some notes because the things that we discuss in this lesson are important, very, very important, certain things. Okay, so we will take some notes. We normally don't take a lot of notes, but for some lessons like this, we have to take some notes. Okay, I will give you the tute anyway, like I always do. I make tutes for all units. So once it's completed, I will give you. And we have only 2 more units, like this one and another one. That's it. So more than half of the syllabus is already done. I think 50 something pages. So we are in a very good position, and we can finish the class maybe end of July also. Maybe we can finish, yeah, the syllabus. So we will have a break after that maybe. Then when your final exams are coming, we can meet again for 1 month to discuss a paper. Then we can do a quick revision. Okay, when your final exams are coming for the year. When is the final exam normally, Pute? October, November? November, I think, right?
November.
November, right? Okay. So then we can meet in October. Yeah. So August and September we can have a break. Yes, good, no? August and September we are having a break, and then we will meet back in October. And you don't have to pay fees or anything like that for September and October. It will be August and September. It will be permanent holiday. Then we will meet you in October, and we will do like 2 weeks. We will do a revision for 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, and then we will do a paper, and then we will discuss the paper. And before you go to the exam, I will make sure that you are strong. So I will give you a paper, and we will discuss that paper in the class. Yes, that is the plan for this year. Okay, right. So let's get started with this lesson. And anybody came across, anybody had some time to read the lesson, or anybody know the topic? Anybody? Yeah, what is the lesson that we are going to start today?
It's a sensitive.
Sorry, say again.
Did you send the sensitive?
I can't hear you, Budhe.
Did
We
you send the tute of the new lesson?
no. I what I said was I will give you the tute later. Okay, like I always do, right? We don't give the tute before the lesson starts. Yeah, we will give you the tute midway or maybe towards the end of the lesson. I told you the reason, right? Like I mean, I also take some time to make those tutes because this is the first grade 7 class we do online. Before this I was teaching in schools for grade 7, so this is the first year that we started the online class. And also another reason is that I want to give you tutes to study before your exams. Okay, not to study in class but before your exam. So that is the main thing about tutes, right? So don't think too much about tutes. But you have a textbook, right? Did you have any time to just look at what are the topics that we have to cover? Or we also discussed these topics on our first day, you remember? Yeah, on the first day, Pute, when we started this class, I told you what lessons we have. Anybody can remember, or anybody had a chance to look at the book at least to have an idea what is the topic? Anybody? Unit number 4? Yes, you can look at it now also. So anybody don't have textbooks? Everybody have textbooks, right? Yes. So before I ask you individually, tell me if you know the number of the unit. Sorry, the name of the unit that we are going to start today. Anybody?
Ruling centers and landscape.
Ruling centers in what periods? Ruling centers in
periods.
later periods. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Ruling centers in later periods. Then what is later? Later means after some time, right? Later. We will do it later means after we are doing it later means after some time, right? So it says ruling centers in later periods. And what about the ruling centers in early periods? The opposite of later is early, right? Yeah, what about the ruling centers in early periods? Okay, what is a ruling center? What do you think a ruling center is? Anybody? Anybody know what is a ruling center? What can you imagine? What is a ruling center in a
Kingdom.
country? What is a ruling center in a country?
It is a kingdom.
Ruling center, one
Place
center.
where you control the
Hmm.
country,
Okay, where you control a
control the
country
places.
from? Okay, think
In
now.
the
Now you
middle.
start thinking. Okay, very good, very
Capital?
good. You are thinking now. Yes, very good.
We are
Yes,
ruling the country from the middle.
from the middle, from the center. Right. So Sri Lanka, we are ruling Sri Lanka from the middle of Sri Lanka. Is it? All the rulers in the country are in the middle of Sri Lanka. Oh, they
We
are
are ruling.
somewhere else.
We are
Think
ruling
no.
the country in the biggest province.
Okay, all right. Okay, now you have you know, everybody in our class, they go to school, right? Some of you, homeschooling? No, I don't think anybody is homeschooling in our class. Everybody is going to school, right? Yeah. International schools, some semi-government schools. Yes. So what is the ruling center in your school? What do you think?
The principal's office.
Principal's office. Principal's office, right? Yeah. Okay, all the big decisions are taken in the principal's office, right? Where the section head, where the vice principal. Some schools have many vice principals, you know, deputy principals. You know, my school, DS Senana College in Colombo, we had about 6,000 students. You know, it's a huge school. And we had you know, we had two, three, four, I think three vice principals. Okay, three, yeah, and then three or four assistant principals, deputy principal. You know, the principal is like, you know, like the king now. Then he has so many, you know, so many other principals, deputy principal, vice principal, or assistant principals to support him. So in a huge school like that, you know, you have a lot of people. So let's say, for example, principal's office is the ruling center in the school where they will make decisions. Okay, if the principal wants to make any decision, any big decision, okay, like we are going to hold our sports meet on this day, or we are going to have our events on these days, or we're going to have our exams these days. He will call all the teachers and all the, not, or not all the teachers, sometimes like section heads, you know, those who have a lot of responsibilities, vice principals, section heads, and in charges, you know, sports in charge, for example, or arts in charge, you know, like, or physical education in charge, or discipline in charge. You know, they will be talking, right? I mean, making decisions in the ruling center, which is the principal's office. So in a country, Pute, what is a ruling center? From where the decisions are taken in a country? Now think. In a country, where's the in your school you have your principal's office. That is where the ruling is done. That is where they rule the school from. In a country or in a kingdom, from where these rules are coming from, like where they used to rule the kingdom, from where?
In the palace.
So the palace is the ruling center, is it?
Parliament.
Okay, the palace is located where in a country?
In the kingdom.
Okay, in the kingdom the palace is there, but where in the kingdom you have the palace?
In the center.
In the center means in the middle.
At the capital city.
Can't there any palace near the beach? Okay. Think now. I
At the
want you to
capital
think.
city.
Yes?
At the capital city.
In the capital, yes, exactly. That is the answer that I was looking for, right? Capital.
I told that.
Any countries, I didn't hear, I'm sorry. Any country has a capital. That is the main place of a country. Okay. That is the main city of a country, right? What is the capital of Sri Lanka?
Sri
Sri
Javardhana
Javardhana.
Sri Jayawardenepura Kotte. Yes, that is the political capital, okay, of Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka also has an economic capital, like the main city when it comes to economy, main commercial city, main business city. What is the main business city in Sri Lanka?
Colombo.
Colombo.
Colombo. Yes, exactly. So any country have a capital. Any country has a capital. That is the ruling center of that country. Okay, and the king's palace will be in the capital. The king's palace is not in a village, in a hidden village under a mountain. Okay, the king's palace will be built in the capital. Okay, all the important people like the ministers, like the chief minister, the ministers, military generals, leaders in the army, important people like chief doctors, surgeons, educated people like lawyers, engineers, they top people in a country will be living in the capital, or they will have an office at least in a capital. Okay, you see in Colombo, okay, Jawaharlal Kotte is the capital. We have the parliament there. That's why Jawaharlal Kotte is the capital. I mean, other than that, Jawaharlal Kotte is not a big city. Okay, it's just it's for the namesake we have kept it at, like capital is political capital. But when we are talking about commercial capital or business capital is Colombo. So you see all the best doctors in Sri Lanka are in Colombo. The best lawyers, the best engineers, the best teachers like myself. Okay, just kidding. So then the best university professors, many important people like that are in Colombo, you can see, or they have an office in Colombo, right? So this is the importance of a capital in a country. I'm not saying Colombo is our capital, but our commercial capital is Sri Jayawardenepura Kotte. But Sri Jayawardenepura Kotte is only 5 kilometers from Colombo. Okay, yeah, that's also there. Okay, anyway, Jayawardenepura Kotte is the capital, official capital, but the commercial capital is Colombo, right? Okay, that is general knowledge for you. But what you need to remember is the capital of a country is the most important city or the biggest city of a country. The biggest city of a country will be the capital normally. Okay, yeah. And we had capitals. We had, see, Puthe, this lesson is ruling centers in later periods. Okay, now I'm sharing. Let me share with you. All right. So this is the textbook. So this lesson is about ruling centers of later periods. Okay, and if you forget this word later, we can put early here and talk about that a little bit. Okay, why are we talking about ruling centers in later periods? Because we have something to talk about that, right? Okay, yeah. Then what about the ruling centers in early periods? So before this time we had ruling centers, and what are those? We are going to discuss that first, and then we will talk about this. Okay, first of all we have to go step by step. No, yeah, yes, you cannot play cricket if you don't know how to hold the bat, right? Yeah, if you don't know how to hold the ball, or if you don't know how to hold the bat, can you play cricket? I'm telling you, just giving you a bat and just asking you to score 20 runs in 1 over, it's not going to happen. So everything has to go step by step. So ruling centers, here we are talking about capitals. Okay, ruling centers means capitals. So ruling centers of later periods is the lesson, and before that we will talk about ruling centers of early periods, a little bit about that, and then we can take a start to this. Okay, right. So Pute, anything that can happen in our life, anything that can happen in time, we can put that in a timeline. Have you heard of a timeline? Have we discussed this in class before? This timeline? Anybody remember? What is a timeline?
The ruling period.
No, what is a timeline? Timeline is just a line, okay, like this, okay, and then that is that shows the time. Okay, let's say, for example, you can draw a timeline for anything that happened in time. Okay, let's say this is the timeline of your day today. Okay, and where's the starting of this? This is your day. Okay, this is the timeline of your day. So this is the starting point of your day. Yes or no? Yeah, everybody understand? And this is now, let's say this is the ending point. Okay, where are we now in the day? Somewhere here, right? Almost the day is going to end, right? Yes, can you understand my concept here? Yes, so here this is the start of the day, this point. This is the end of the day. And where are we? And this is, I put an arrow here because it doesn't stop there. It goes to the next day, right? So I will keep the arrow here because of that. Okay, the arrowhead, because it moves. So this is called a timeline. So this line represents the time. Okay, so where are we now? Okay, everybody, I'm giving you to annotate. Okay, enable annotation. Yeah, you can draw, you can keep a dot. Where are we in the day now, right? Okay, the day starts at 12 a.m., right? 12 a.m. early morning, right? 12 a.m. Then this is the middle of the day. Yes, what is the middle of the day? 12 p.m. correct? Yes, 12 noon as we call it. Then what is this end of the day? That is again 12 a.m. next day, 11:59 a.m. That is the end of the day, right? Yes or no? Everybody understand? 11:59 p.m. Sorry. Yes. Sorry. Okay. Do you understand the concept here? Timeline. Yes. Now everybody keep a dot. Where are we now in the day? Everybody can keep a dot on the timeline. Yes. Anybody have any question? Where are we in the day, Pute, now? Okay, did you 12 p.m. is 12 noon in the daytime. Did you pass 12 noon? Are you in the morning? This is the morning here in the day. First half of the day is the morning hours, right? Second half of the day is the afternoon hours and the evening hours. Yes. So we are somewhere here. Very good. Yes. We are somewhere here in the day now. Only a few hours to go. Now 8:10. So only 4 hours left in the day. So we are somewhere here. I'm not asking you to exactly keep it, but guess it. Just guess it. Guess and keep it. Okay. Just think like we are somewhere here. Okay. Right. Very good. Okay, you got it. All right. So similarly, Bhute, can we draw a timeline for your life? Yes or no? What do you think? For your life?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So life goes on. Again, I'm keeping the arrowhead because your life doesn't end today. So it goes on, right? Okay. So let's say this is where you are now. This is where you are. Where you are in grade 7 now. How many years old? 12 years, right? Yeah. 12 years. Now this is your 0, okay? 0. This is what happened here, Bhute, to you? You were born. Yes. Birth. Okay, right. And then if I can, okay, this is 12 years, okay. And 6 years you started going to school. So can I keep it here and tell that you went to school? Started school, correct? Yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Then where you started walking? Here? Just after? Okay, all right. Some of you think that just after I was born, okay, I'm the king of the world. You know, some guys are like this, you know. Yeah, some people are like this. They think like, okay, I know everything. Yeah, there are people like that who think, right? So they also think that they just, you know, they immediately started walking after they were born. No, it took some time. So can I put here, somewhere here, started walking? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
All right.
sir.
Started eating alone, somewhere here, started eating alone. Yeah. Before that, you remember how you ate? Yeah.
Yes.
You ate with your nose, you ate with your cheeks, you ate with your, remember? Yeah, your food everywhere on the ground, and then everywhere on your face and your chest here, you know, food here. You remember those days? No? Yeah. Then, you know, it took like 3 years for you to properly, cleanly eat, right? Yeah. So I keep it here. Okay. Yeah. Then you started dressing up yourself, putting your dresses on your own and getting ready on your own, and those kind have taking a shower, those kind of things. So we can literally draw a timeline for your events in your life. Okay. Now the next example is, can we draw a timeline for a country, for a country's past?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
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 All right. So this is the timeline for Sri Lanka's past. I just drew it. Okay. Right. So Sri Lanka, let's say we can't go over the 100,000s of years because we don't know what happened also. So we will
Yes, sir.
yeah. So we will do it in a simple way. Okay. We will take like a 2000, 2500 years to draw this timeline. Okay. Right. So I'm going to start with our first kingdom. What is our first kingdom? Anybody remember?
Anuradhapura Kingdom.
Anuradhapura kingdom. Very good. So Anuradhapura kingdom starting of let's say establishment of, let's use a proper word here, establishment of Anuradhapura kingdom. Okay. Right. Okay. So this is the point there, right? Okay. Right. Okay. Here I will say this is today. Okay. Today is 2025. What do we call it? AD, right? Yes. Okay. AD. We just keep it like that. So present day. Let's write it present day. Okay. Yeah. Present day. So Anuradhapura kingdom started about 2,300 years ago from today. Okay. About 2,300 years ago. You see, if we take Anuradhapura kingdom, no need to remember. Okay. Just, yeah, about 2,400, something around 2,400 years ago today. Yeah. So Anuradhapura kingdom lasted for about 1,400 years. 1,400, more than 1,400 years we can say. Okay. So let's keep it that way. So Anuradhapura kingdom started in 437 BC, or 437 years before Jesus Christ was born. Okay. Let me draw it here. Okay. So let's say this is where Jesus Christ was born. Okay. And that is what AD, Pute? What AD? 1 AD. So now we have come 2025 years since the birth of Jesus Christ. Okay. Everybody understand, right? Yeah. Okay. So let's say Anuradhapura kingdom was existed. Anuradhapura kingdom was started by which king, Pute? Anybody remember? Which king started Anuradhapura kingdom?
Pandukadaya.
King Pandukabe. Very good. King Pandukabe is the one who started Anuradhapura kingdom. And this happened about 437 BC, meaning that 437 years before Jesus Christ was born. Okay, so at that 437 to 2025, that is more than 2,400 and more than 2,450, right? Like to be exact, 2,472. Yes, if you count. Okay, so 2,472 years ago, we founded Anuradhapura kingdom. I mean, no need to remember that those years and everything. This is just for your knowledge. This is just, I'm telling you. Okay, don't worry, don't panic. Okay, so what you need to remember is Anuradhapura kingdom existed for about 1,400 years, 1,400 years. Okay, so I'm going to keep it here. I'm going to write here fall of Anuradhapura kingdom. Anybody remember the downfall of Anuradhapura kingdom?
The
Anybody
Chola
remember?
Emperor defeated the Anuradhapura kingdom.
Yeah, who captured Anuradhapura kingdom? Which
Chola.
which empire? The Cholas. Yes. To be exact,
Rajaraja king.
Rajaraja, and completed by Rajendra. That invasion was completed by Rajendra, you remember, right? Okay. So this happened in 1017. This happened from 993 AD to 1017. I just keep it here, okay? I will just keep it here. fall of Anuradhapura kingdom. So this time period is about 1000, you can see more than 1400 years, right? So let's say 1400 years, about 1400 years. You can see that here, right? Yeah, like 1450 plus. So you can also say 1500 years, close to 1500 years. So Anuradhapura kingdom existed for many years. What can you understand from that? Anuradhapura kingdom is a very strong kingdom or weak kingdom? What do you think? Very strong kingdom. That is why it existed for a very long time, right? When you are strong, you will stay in power for a long time. So Anuradhapura kingdom is also a good example for that. Anuradhapura kingdom is our golden era. Anuradhapura kingdom is our golden history, our golden past, strongest past. Okay, so that is there. Okay, then we discussed about this already. Anuradhapura kingdom fell apart and another king came to power and he established another kingdom, which is what kingdom?
Polonnaruwa kingdom.
Polonnaruwa kingdom. Which king established Polonnaruwa kingdom?
King Vijayabahu the first.
King Vijayabahu the first. And that Polonnaruwa kingdom was established in 1070. Okay, so there was a time period, okay, where Cholas were ruling us, and finally 1070 King Vijayabahu the first established Polonnaruwa kingdom. Let's forget that Cholas invaded us, and then we will just say fall of Anuradhapura kingdom, and we will say Polonnaruwa started after that. So Polonnaruwa kingdom existed for about 150 years only. Okay, 150 years. You see the difference between Anuradhapura and Polonnaruwa now? You see, again, Polonnaruwa kingdom, I am not saying it's a weak kingdom, but it was a strong kingdom as well. Okay, so Polonnaruwa kingdom, fall of Anuradhapura kingdom, and starting or establishment of Polonnaruwa kingdom. Polonnaruwa, starting fall of Anuradhapura kingdom and establishment of Polonnaruwa. Okay, and then here I'm gonna draw another line here, and this is year 1215 AD. Polonnaruwa kingdom fell apart. Okay, fall of Polonnaruwa. Fall of Polonnaruwa kingdom. Okay, 1215 AD. So this is where Polonnaruwa kingdom fell apart. I will tell you what are the reasons for that. Okay, we will discuss. Don't worry. Yeah. Okay. So what you need to understand here, Anuradhapura kingdom is our first kingdom. It existed for about 1400 years before the Chola invasion. Then Chola king Rajaraja and Rajendra invaded. Polonnaruwa kingdom was started after that. And then Polonnaruwa kingdom existed for about 150 years until 1215 AD. And then after the downfall of Polonnaruwa kingdom, another kingdom started. Then after that, another kingdom. Many kingdoms started after the downfall of Polonnaruwa kingdom. And for about 200 years, we had several ruling centers. For 200 years, we had several ruling centers. So this one I'm going to write here 1415 AD. That is the starting of Kotte kingdom. Now, several kingdoms, remember, listen to this very carefully. Several kingdoms existed in these 200 years. Several kingdoms started in 200 years. Several kingdoms were established one after the other in this 200-year period. Okay. And these kingdoms are the ruling centers of later periods. This is what we are going to learn in this lesson. We are going to learn in this lesson not about Anuradhapura kingdom. We are going to learn, we are not going to learn in this lesson about Polonnaruwa kingdom, but we are going to learn about this time period. Here I have highlighted this period where the downfall of Polonnaruwa kingdom and the starting of Kotte kingdom. This is what we are going to learn in this lesson, this part of our history. Everybody understand today? Yes? Everybody understand? Yeah? Any questions? Okay. Then starting of Kotte Kingdom until we will talk about Kotte Kingdom as well. And after that, after this period, we had our last kingdom in the country. That is called the Kandyan Kingdom. Okay, after Kandyan Kingdom started in about 1469. 1469, and then Kandyan Kingdom was there until 1815. More than 200 years ago, Kandyan Kingdom also fell apart because the British captured our country. Kandyan Kingdom is the last kingdom that we had. And we will learn about Kandyan Kingdom in grade 8. Kandyan Kingdom is not there in your syllabus in grade 7. Kandyan Kingdom is a lesson in grade 8 and then again in grade 10. Okay, so we will talk about that in the future, right? So here in this lesson, we will talk about this time period. We will talk about the downfall of Polonnaruwa Kingdom, and we will talk about up to the starting of Kotte Kingdom, and we will talk about the kingdoms in between. Okay, kingdoms in between. Now, Pute, there's a nice poem that you can remember to remember all the kingdoms in Sri Lanka. All the kingdoms in Sri Lanka in order, one after the other. So we will first learn that poem and we will remember the kingdoms. Then we will start talking one by one. Okay, right. So this poem is very easy to remember. I will write one below the other. Apo Daya, Apo Daya, Kussiye, Gammiris, Ko. Everybody can remember this poem? Apo Daya Kussiye Gammiris Ko. Everybody can remember, right? So Daya is a name. Apo means Ayo, something like that, right? So Apo Daya Kussiye means kitchen. Gammiris pepper. Ko. Where's the pepper in the kitchen? Oh my God, Daya, where's the pepper in the kitchen? So that is the meaning of this poem. But that is not why we are remembering that. We are remembering this poem like it is, right? Apo Daya Kussiye Gammiris Ko, to remember the kingdoms in our country in order. So Apo, A is for what kingdom, Bude?
Anuradhapura.
Anuradhapura. Po,
Polonnaruwa
Polonnaruwa.
Kingdom.
Polonnaruwa Kingdom.
Po kiyo me ande ba, don't go, right? Some people will go, right? Po kiyo, yeah, in Tamil, po means go, right? Yeah. Daya, Dambadeniya, Da means Dambadeniya, Dambadeniya kingdom. Ya means Ya Pahua kingdom.
Kurunagala.
Very good. Then we have Kurunegala,
Gampaha.
Gampola. Gampa is a city, Gampola is a kingdom. Gampola is close to Kandy. Ko,
Kotte.
Kotte, right. Okay. Then the last kingdom, I told you already. Anybody? It's not there in the poem. It's not there in the poem, but you can remember, right? After Kotte, Kandyan kingdom start. Okay. You can remember that, right? Okay. That you can remember. Okay. And next year you will know more about this. But for now, right now, we will talk about this. Okay. And on the side, Pute, somewhere after, you see, Pute, somewhere after Polonnaruwa kingdom fell apart, and somewhere in between, okay, that means somewhere in between another kingdom started in the north, that is called the Jaffna kingdom. We will write it separately on the left because of that, because we don't know exactly when it started. So we can say that Jaffna kingdom existed parallelly, two kingdoms existing same time. So because of that, we will write Jaffna here. We will remember that like this. We will know about we will learn more about Jaffna kingdom later in the lesson. We have a small part, and you will learn more about Jaffna kingdom in grade 10. Then when you go to grade 10, I will teach you everything that you need to remember about these kingdoms. And here we don't have so much to learn in this lesson. This lesson is not a very long lesson, so that's why I said like we can finish it in within like 3 weeks. But to take a good start for this lesson, we will first learn the kingdoms of our country in order. Everybody can remember the poem now? Anybody? Yes? Everybody can remember the poem? Tell me. Easy, no? Tell me. Yeah. Tell me the poem that I just said. All the kingdoms in order.
Apodaya Kusi Gamirisko.
Oh, Podaya Kusya Gamirisko. Okay. So now you can write. Shall we write in our books the order of kingdoms in the country? Yeah. Okay. Everybody tell me now. Yes. What is the first one?
Anuradhapura.
Anuradhapura.
Anuradhapura. Second.
Polonnaruwa.
Sorry.
Polonnaruwa.
Anuradhapura. Yeah. Spelling mistake. All right. Polonnaruwa.
Dambadeniya.
Dambadeniya.
Yapahuwa.
Gurunagala.
Apodaya.
Yapahu.
Yapahuwa.
Yapahuwa. Then
Kurunagala.
Kurunagala. Then
Gampola.
Gampola. Then
Kote.
Kote. Right. And one on the side, we don't know where exactly it started, but we know it existed.
Jaffna.
Jaffna. And what is the last kingdom?
Candian.
Very good. You got it. Okay. Kote kingdom also got divided into 3 other kingdoms. We talk about everything when you go to the next grades. Okay. Too heavy for you. I will just tell you, but this is what we need to know in this lesson. Okay. So in this lesson, what are the kingdoms that we are talking about? Are we talking about Anuradhapura? No. We will talk about the downfall of Polonnaruwa, a little bit about Polonnaruwa, downfall of Polonnaruwa, and we will talk about these kingdoms. Okay? Yes. So shall we write in order? Yeah. You can put a topic. Kingdoms in Sri Lanka in order. Okay. So here you can write Kandy also if you like. Okay. But then you can put a bracket and say like lesson 4, we are discussing these things in lesson number 4. Okay, unit 4, we are going to discuss about these kingdoms. Okay, yeah. So you can write this in order. Let's take 2 minutes to do this and be
Yes,
back. Take a short break, water break as well. Yes, Bude.
So I had my midterm test and for history I got 92 marks.
92, very good. Well done. Well done. Anything above 90, I will take it. Yes. Anything above 90, I'm super, super happy. I mean, anything about 80 also, I'm super, super happy. Anything about 80, I will take it. Okay. Very good. Anything above 80, I'm very happy. And those who scored less, we will work hard. Okay. We know how to work hard, right? Like, I mean, I'm in touch with you. We can have a phone call and we can gradually start working hard. Little by little. Okay. No need to worry too much. We go one step at a time. Those who got 50 will go 65 next time. Then next time we will go to 80. Okay, like that gradually. And those who got 90, don't relax. Those who got 85, 90, don't relax. Keep the rhythm. Okay, keep the momentum. Keep the rhythm. Keep working hard. Okay, don't relax. Okay, yeah, don't relax too much. You know, it will be like the rabbit and the tortoise, the rabbit and the turtle race. Yeah, it's gonna be like that. Okay, if you relax, you might lose the game. Okay, so you can't relax. Keep working slowly but steadily. Yes, slow and steady. Yeah, don't wobble. Just keep strong. Keep working strong. Okay, so now let's take a look at the downfall of Polonnaruwa kingdom. Okay. Right. Tell me, somebody tell me 3 strong kings who rule Polonnaruwa kingdom. Think and tell me 3 names of strong kings who rule Polonnaruwa kingdom.
Manavarman.
Polonnaruwa kingdom.
Vijayabahu.
Vijayabahu the first. Tell me the number, okay? Because we had many Vijayabahus. Yeah.
Vijayabahu the first, King Nishankamalla,
Mm.
King Parak, no,
King Parakram Bahu the first.
King
Yeah.
Parakrambahu the first, King Vijayabahu the first, King Nishankamalla.
Very good. King Nishankamal. King Vijayabahu the first is the one who started King Vijayabahu the first is the one who established Polonnaruwa kingdom, right? And then we had after some time we had another very strong king called King Parakramabhahu the first come into power. Then we also spoke about another king who's King Nishankamal, King Nishanka Malla, who came to power, he was from Kalinga state. We spoke about these kings in unit number 2, if you remember. Yes. So after the problem here was, Pute, sometimes, there are strong rulers come into power in kingdoms, and sometimes there are weak rulers come into power in kingdoms. We don't know, some rulers are strong, some rulers are weak. Some leaders are strong, some leaders are weak. It's normal, in the world. Yeah, not all rulers or not all leaders are strong. Some leaders will be strong, some leaders might be weak. Okay. So similarly, we also had a problem with our leadership in Polonnaruwa kingdom. After King Nishanka Malla, after the death of King Nishanka Malla, we didn't have strong rulers come into power. We had weak kings come into power after this. That is the main problem for the downfall of Polonnaruwa kingdom. Now, what will happen when you are weak? What will happen when you are weak?
Invaders will invade us.
Invaders will invade you, because everybody needs power. Okay, everybody, like, that is how the world works. Yeah, like, the country that is powerful will rule the other weak countries. Even today we can see a lot of wars going on in the world. That is the thing, powerful countries will try to take control of weak countries. In the ancient times, in the past, we had so many wars. Okay, today we don't have so many wars, but we have a few wars. Again, if you see, Pute, behind all those wars, there's a powerful country and there's a weak country. Powerful countries are trying to take control of the weak country. Okay. Yes. So let's say, for example, now the biggest fight is between USA and which country? What do you think?
Israel.
Russia.
Okay. There's an emerging country which is getting very, very powerful, more than Russia even. China.
USA.
Okay. So the USA is, Russia is now busy. Russia is not very strong like before, I would say. But the country that is going to get strong in the future is China. So now the problem, now the real fight is between USA and China. Okay. Yes, little bit general knowledge for you. So USA, USA is thinking 100 years from now. We are Sri Lankans, right? How are we thinking? We are thinking what to eat today, what to eat tonight. Kottu or paratha. Or fried rice. What are we eating tonight? What are we eating tomorrow morning? Yes. String hoppers. What? That is our problem, right? Yeah. But USA is thinking like this. USA, countries like USA thinking like, how are we going to be the best or the most powerful country in this world after 200 years? Okay. China is also thinking like that. Okay. How can we overtake? How can we overtake USA? How can we become powerful than USA in 50 years? That is how China is thinking. All right. So now the real war is between USA and China. Okay. Other wars are all a pretext, or other wars that you see, Israel and Gaza and Iran, those are all like, starting points for this big war. This is gonna be the biggest war.
India and
Okay.
Pakistan.
So India, Pakistan, yes, correct. All these are small stuff, like, before that, the Ratinya Vela Kilakan, yeah, what do you call this? The huge, like, the crackers, the crackers string. Before that goes off, you put 1 or 2 crackers right before 12 o'clock. Before December 31st, before the 12 o'clock, you put like 1 or 2 crackers like this, dong, dong, dong. Then 12 o'clock, everything goes off, right? So that is the big war. All these wars that is happening, small wars, they are small wars. This is the biggest one. This is the world war. This is the one that is coming next. All these small wars are happening just before this big one. Okay. So wait and watch, right? Wait and watch what's going to happen. And the end of the world is kind of like very near now, because when these big countries go to war, everybody will start fighting each other. Okay, so this is some general knowledge for you. So we have to be very careful. We as a country, we have to be very careful and we have to be ready. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so similarly, what I was talking about was about Polonnaruwa, and when weak rulers came to power in Polonnaruwa after King Nishankamalla, our political power started going down. Our political power also started getting weak. Our army became weak. Our economy became weak. Our ruling system became weak. So this was a good opportunity for an invader from Kalinga kingdom in India, who was called Kalinga Maga. There was a person called Maga, a tyrant king in Kalinga state. That's why we call him Kalinga Maga. So Kalinga Maga was watching our country. Kalinga Maga wanted to capture our country. Kalinga Maga had a huge army. Kalinga Maga was watching us. Okay, Sri Lanka, Polonnaruwa kingdom is getting weak. Polonnaruwa kingdom is very, very weak. A king called Parakrama Pandu was in power in 1215 AD, 1215 AD. Okay. So Parakrama Pandyan, no Parakrama, we call him Parakrama Pandu also. So Parakrama Pandu was in power, and Kalinga Maga was watching all this, and Kalinga Maga saw an opportunity. If I attack Polonnaruwa, I can capture Polonnaruwa, because Polonnaruwa is very weak now. So when you are attacking your enemy when your enemy is weak. So Kalinga Maga launched a huge invasion on Polonnaruwa in 1215. And we were not able to defend ourselves. We, Polonnaruwa kingdom, fell apart, because the Kalinga Maga's army was huge, about more than 36,000 soldiers at that time. You know, an army of more than 30,000 is a huge army. Okay. And our army was not very strong. We were weak. Our economy was weak. Our rulers were weak. So we could not put up a fight. We tried fighting, but we lost. And Kalinga Maga captured Polonnaruwa in 1215. He destroyed Polonnaruwa. He literally flattened Polonnaruwa. Okay. Killed as many people as he could. Right. And people were so scared, and people started leaving the city of Polonnaruwa. Okay. So I'm going to show you the map, what happened after that to Polonnaruwa. So basically what happened, Pute, when the capital was invaded, everybody can see the screen. When the capital was invaded, we started running away to other parts of the country, or safer areas in the country. Okay. So you go to safe areas, right? Because you can't live under Kalinga Maga, right? Kalinga Maga is killing people, right? And he captured Polonnaruwa. And you can't live there anymore. Polonnaruwa is like destroyed now. So you don't want to live under you don't want to live under an invader. So you start going to other places, or safe places in the country. Okay. So you can see,
Excuse me,
Pute.
sir.
One second. You can see, Pute. Can you see the map? I'm sharing on screen. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. 1 minute. 1 second. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So here you can see Polonnaruwa. Polonnaruwa. So Polonnaruwa is where Kalinga Maga captured. Polonnaruwa was our capital. Polonnaruwa fell apart. And then we had, you see, our ruler was gone. Our king was gone. But we had some like generals in the army. We had some leaders in the society, right? We had some leaders in the army. We had some royal family members. So what they did, people started fleeing, or people started running away to other parts of the country. People did not want to live in Polonnaruwa, because Polonnaruwa is destroyed. And if you are living under Kalinga Maga, he will kill you. So you don't want to live under him. So people started moving to the southern part of the country. People started moving to the south, this part of the country. Everybody understand, right? Yes. So Polonnaruwa people started leaving Polonnaruwa and move into the southern part of the country. And we can see three important people, three important leaders started or established fortresses in three parts so that we could prevent Kalingamaga's army from invading other areas. Okay, so it's like we are withdrawing. So let's say the enemy is attacking us and we are withdrawing. We are withdrawing means we are running away. But we are running away and we are establishing a strong point so we can fight back. Okay, so we can at least forget about fighting back, we can at least prevent the enemy from capturing more territory or capturing more areas. So this is what these three leaders did. One leader is Subba Senevi. Subba Senevi means General Subba. There was another general called General Sanka Senevi කියලා කියන්නේ Sanka Seneviya. Senevi means general in the army. Subba Senevi, Sanka Senevi, and then there was another prince called Adipada Bonekabahu. Okay, Duke Bonekabahu. Duke කියලා කියන්නේ royal family member. Okay, Duke. So he was like a prince. So these three people, leaders, established three fortresses. One in Yapahua, one in Minipe or Gandeniya, the other one in Govindamale in Ruhuna. This is Ruhuna. Ruhuna is the southern part of the country, right? Yeah. So you can see the green color dots here. You can see the legend here, index legend. Locations where fortresses were constructed. You know, that is because Polonnaruwa was captured by which king? Who is the invader of Polonnaruwa? Who invaded Polonnaruwa?
Raja and
No. Who invaded Polonnaruwa? I told you. From which kingdom he came?
he came from the
Kalinga kingdom. What was his name? Kalinga Maga.
Maga.
Kalinga Maga is the one who invaded Polonnaruwa. Okay, yeah. Rajaraja Rajendra invaded Anuradhapura. Okay, yes, not Polonnaruwa. Okay, you don't confuse yourself, right? Okay, so Rajaraja invaded Anuradhapura and Vijayabahu the first defeated the Cholas and established Polonnaruwa. Then after some time, Polonnaruwa fell apart because of the invasion by Kalinga Maga. Okay, so after Kalinga Maga invaded us, our people went to the southern part of the country, and we had three people, three rulers, three leaders establishing three fortresses, and one is Sanka Senevi, the other one is Subba Senevi, the other one is Adipada Bonekabahu, or you can call him Duke Bonekabahu. Okay, so they are the three people who established these three green color dots you see. So we can protect our areas. Okay, we can protect our areas against further enemy attacks or more enemy attacks. Okay, so it doesn't mean that we are fighting back. It means that we are defending. Okay, defending is one thing, fighting is another thing. Okay, you can defend and you can hold on. Okay, and you can fight back and gain your kingdom back. But we were not in a position to fight back Kalinga Maga and defeat him and get Polonnaruwa back. But we try to protect our areas. You know, the three leaders mainly, Subba Senevi, Sanka Senevi, and Adipada Bonekabahu. They established three fortresses and we held on to our territory, or we held on to our areas, okay, without letting the army of Kalinga Maga, you know, destroy all of our country. We managed to keep them in a certain area. Okay, so anybody had somebody had a question, I think. Yes. Yes, Pude. Pude, can you speak a little louder because I can't hear sometimes.
Sir told that Kalinga Maga came and destroyed Polonnaruwa.
Yes.
Sir, did Kalinga Maga came to steal the things from Polonnaruwa?
Yeah,
or
of course. Yeah,
capture it?
the invaders. No, he came to stay in Polonnaruwa. He came to stay in Polonnaruwa. Okay, he wanted to capture Polonnaruwa. He ruled Polonnaruwa for like many years, like 40 years. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, is King Hindu the Fifth Army stronghold this king strong.
Which king?
The king who fell apart.
Parakrama Pandu or Parakrama Pandyan.
Yes, sir.
What do you think? So, could both of
Both?
them win the war against the invaders? Mahinda the fifth or Mihindu the fifth, did he lose the war? Yes,
Yes.
he lost the war. Parakrama Pandu was Parakrama Pandu or Parakrama Pandyan also lost the war, right? Yeah. So, can you call them strong kings? Can you call them strong
No.
kings or weak kings? Yeah.
Weak king.
Okay. We can, we can tell it like this. Okay. We can say that the enemy was stronger than our kings. We will take it that way. Yes. If the enemy is stronger than us, we can also be strong. But if the enemy is stronger than us, we are weak, right? In the face of the enemy. Yeah. So this is the problem. Okay. I'm not saying our kings are fully weak, but they were weaker than our enemies. That's why the enemies won, right? The strong party wins in a war. Yes. Okay. So you see, Bude, Sanka Senevi, you remember this one? Sanka Senevi built this fortress in Gandenia in Minipe, and Suba Senevi or General Suba did in Yapahua and Boneka Bahu, Adipada Boneka Bahu or Duke Boneka Bahu built in Govinda Malaya in Ruhuna. Okay, so we can also, you see, for some things, certain things, if it is difficult for you to remember, we can make a poem to remember these things. Okay, and you can make your own poem also, right? You can make your own poem, Sinhala poem, Tamil poem or English poem, no problem. Okay, but end of the day you can remember these things making a poem. Okay, yeah. So how can we make a poem for this? We will make something like this. Okay, we will make a Sinhala one for this. Okay, because these names are Sinhala names, no? Sanka Gatta Subba Yanaya. Yanaya means the vehicle, or like the aeroplane, something like that. Yeah. Buaneka Goviyata Dunna. Yeah. Sanka Gatta Subayane Buaneka Goviyata Dunna. I just made it just now. Okay, I just made it just now. So you can also make something like that if it is difficult for you to remember something, you can make something like this. Okay, then you can connect the dots now. Sanka Senevi or General Sanka Gandenia in Minipe fortress. General Suba Yapahua fortress. Duke or Prince Bonekabahu or Duke Bonekabahu or Adipada Bonekabahu Goviyata කියන්නේ Govinda Malaya. Govinda Malaya in Ruhuna. I'm just telling you, okay? I will put this in a tute and give you, but you can try to make a poem. If my poem is good, you can remember that, or you can make your own poem, no problem. End of the day, you can remember this, okay? So Sanka Senevi, Sanka was a general. He established a fortress in Gandenia. Subasenevi was another general in the army, in the previous Polonaru army. He established a fortress in Yapahua. And Bonekabahu was another royal family member. Adipada Bonekabahu, he was related to the previous king. He established a fortress in Govinda Malay in Ruhuna. Now I ask you a question. Okay, you can remember this later, no problem. I will put the screenshot also in the group. Yeah, okay. Can I ask you a question now? So how many fortresses were built to prevent Kalingamaga's army from capturing more areas, Pute? How many fortresses? Yes, 3 fortresses. Okay. So are those fortresses connected? What do you think? Subasenevi was Was Subasenevi coordinating with Sankasenevi, or are they like isolated or separate? What do you think?
Colleen,
They are isolated. Isolated means separated, or they have a connection between these three fortresses. What do you think?
connection.
They have connection.
Connected or not connected? They are separate, kind of. What do you think
Connected.
from the looks of it?
Connected.
1 second. Think very well. Are those three fortresses anywhere near to each other? That's another question. Can you see? Okay. So why three princes or why three people establishing three fortresses? So they established their fortresses, they protected their areas only. Okay, so there was no coordination. There was no one ruler after this in the country for some time. Okay, so when did Kalingamaga invade Polonnaruwa? In 1215 AD. Okay, and this was the situation after that. You know, Yapahuwa, Gandeniya, and Govindamalaya, three fortresses ruled by three people, or I would say leaders, right? They are not kings, they are just leaders, just to protect their people from, or their you know, like people who are fleeing from further attacks. Yes, and then you can't see that there's no close coordination, and there was no effort, or there was no effort to join forces and attack Kalingamaga, because Kalingamaga was super strong. Kalingamaga was from Kalinga state in India, and he was very strong, and we were not in a position to put up a fight against him at this time, because our army was weak. That's why we lost the battle, right? Yes. So time went by, remember. Okay, up to this everybody okay? No, any questions up to this? Everybody okay? Now time went by, time is passing now, right? Okay, time always passes, right? Yeah. So we will come to the next step. Okay. So after Kalingamaga's invasion, like I said before, there were three fortresses established by three leaders, Subasenevi, Sankasenevi, and Bonikabahu, or Prince Bonikabahu, or Adipada Bonikabahu. And some time went by, and then, you know, we are lucky, our country is lucky, Pute, because whenever we need, a ruler comes, right? So a ruler emerged, a new ruler emerged, and his name is Vijayabahu III, and he established a ruling center in about 1232 AD. So meaning that after about 17 years, after 17 years that Kalingamaga had captured Polonnaruwa, a new ruler emerged, and his name is Vijayabahu III. Vijayabahu III. Okay, and he was from a royal family, that we know. He had a connection to the previous royal family. And he established a new kingdom in another area. He established a capital, not in Polonnaruwa, but in another area. And that area is called Dambadeniya. So Dambadeniya kingdom started like this, with Vijayabahu the Vijayabahu the third establishing Dambadeniya kingdom. This happened in about 1232 AD. Putay, please mute your mics, okay? Yeah. Some of your mics are still hot. Yes, we call it a hot mic if somebody has switched on a mic, and then yeah, we can hear everything that they speak. It's called a hot mic. Okay. So Vijayabahu III is the new ruler, came to power, and he decided, okay, I'm going to start a new kingdom. And he started this in Dambadeniya. You know, Dambadeniya became the new capital. Kalingamaga, remember, Kalingamaga still ruling Polonnaruwa. And while Kalingamaga was still ruling Polonnaruwa, Vijayabahu III established Dambadeniya kingdom in the southern part, I would say in the Mayarata in the country. Okay, Mayarata. Now let's take a look at where Dambadeniya is. See, Polonnaruwa is here. Okay, let me put a dot and show you where Polonnaruwa is. Okay. So Polonnaruwa is here. Okay, I put a red dot here. This is Polonnaruwa. And you can see Dambadini. Everybody can see Dambadini here. Yes. So who started Dambadiniya kingdom? Polonnaruwa is ruled by who? Now? Kalingamaga. Kalingamaga, the invader. And who started Dambadiniya kingdom? Anybody?
Vijayabahu.
Vijayabahu the third. Okay, Vijayabahu the third. Very good. Right. Now, Pute, Vijayabahu the third finally managed to establish a kingdom. Now it's time to make it strong. Okay. So first of all, the king has to be strong, right? And first of all, the king has to basically win the people. Okay, so this area is called Mayarata in Sri Lanka, right? This Kurunagala, this Dambadini, this area, Mayarata. So Vijayabahu III managed to unite the Mayarata. Okay, the whole Mayarata became under Dambadiniya kingdom, right? And Polonnaruwa ruled by Kalingamaga. Now, to become the king in a country, to become like there's a criteria that you have to fulfill, right? You need to meet certain requirements to be called a king. So in Sri Lanka, Pute, a king will be chosen based on 3 criteria. Okay, the first thing is the king has to be a Buddhist. Has to be Buddhist. If you are not a Buddhist, people will not accept you as a king in Sri Lanka. That is how our history says like this. Okay, the main requirement is the king has to be Buddhist, right? And the second requirement is has to be from a royal family. From a royal family. So if you are not from a royal family, Pute, you cannot be a king. Okay. If you are somebody just, just a normal person, cannot be a king, no, Pute. Yeah. You need to be a son of a king, or you need to be a brother of a king. You need to at least be a grandson of a king. Somebody from your family should have a connection to the royal family. Okay. You need to prove that you are a member of a royal family. Then people will accept you as the king. Okay, that is how these kingships work. Then the third one is very important. Remember, you need to have under you the Dalada Karanduo, Dalada Vahanse, the sacred tooth relic. Okay, so this is called possession of the sacred tooth relic of Lord Buddha. So if you want people to accept you as the king of Sri Lanka or any kingdom in Sri Lanka, you need to fulfill these 3 requirements. You need to be a Buddhist, you need to be from a royal family, and you need to have under your protection or under your possession the sacred tooth relic of Lord Buddha, which is the most important thing for Buddhists in the country. Now this is in Dalada Maligaon in Kandy. We discussed about this before. Yes, so you need to have this concept we discussed in a previous lesson as well. So you need to fulfill these 3 criteria. Okay, so this one I'm not planning to discuss again and again, but just for one last time, it's like a revision for you. So here, in this case, Vijayabahu III was from a royal family. Vijayabahu III was a Buddhist, but the only thing he didn't have is the possession of the sacred tooth relic. Because when Kalingamaga, remember, when Kalingamaga invaded Polonnaruwa, our bhikkhus, our Buddhist monks, they took the sacred tooth relic and hid it in Kotmale. Kotmale is close to Gampola. Okay. So Kotmale, the sacred tooth relic of Lord Buddha was hidden in Kotmale. So Vijayabahu III got the news that it is hidden in Kotmale. And once he established the Dambadiniya kingdom, he built a Dalada Maligaon, or we can say Dalada Palace, in a place called Beligala in Kagala, close to Kagala, Beligala. And then he brought the Dalada Karandu or Dalada Vanse or sacred tooth relic from Kotmale, from the hidden place, and deposited it or kept it in Beligala. In the Dalada Maligaon he built in Beligala. So remember, King Vijayabahu III established Dambadiniya kingdom. He was from a royal family, and he built a Dalada Maligaon in Beligala, and he brought the hidden sacred tooth relic from Kotmale and kept it in Beligala in the new Dalada Maligawa he built in Beligal. Okay. So by doing that, he was able to get the support of the people. Now people had hope. Now it was like, we are having some hope. Okay, we have a new king. We have a new kingdom. We can become strong again. Because Polonnaruwa is invaded. Polonnaruwa is controlled by Kalingamaga. And now we have a new kingdom which is Dambadeniya. Now we have a new Dalada Maligawa in Beligal. And now we brought, like now the king is becoming a little powerful. And then everybody, started having a little bit of hope after that. Okay, yes. Right. Then the last part for today. And after King Vijayabahu III, he is the first king of Dambadeniya kingdom. Okay, so who's the first king of Dambadeniya kingdom? Vijayabahu III. So after Vijayabahu III Pute, his son came to power. And his name is Parakramabahu II. Now this is a very special king. Parakramabahu II. Okay. Now there's something very special about Parakramabahu II. Who's the father of Parakramabahu II? Yes. Yes. Who's the father of Parakramabahu II? Vijayabahu
Vibahu the third.
the third. Okay. Which kingdom Vijayabahu the third started or established?
Dambadeniya.
Dambadeniya kingdom. And what about Parakramabahu the second Pute? Which kingdom he came to power in? Anybody? Dambadeniya, right? His father's kingdom. Yeah. Right. So what is the relationship between Vijayabahu the third and Parakramabahu the second? Father and son. Father and son. Okay. So after Vijayabahu the third Pute, Parakramabahu the second came to power in Dambadeniya. Now who's ruling Polonnaruwa?
Kaling.
Who's ruling Polonnaruwa? Kalinga. Kalingamaga still ruling Polonnaruwa, remember. Okay, even though we started this new kingdom, Kalingamaga is still there. Okay, remember that. Right. Okay. Now, Parakramabahu the second came to power in Dambadeniya. Now, there's something very special about Parakramabahu the second. He was a very educated king. Okay, he's a very educated king, especially when it comes to Sinhala literature. He was very educated. Okay, he was an expert in Sinhala literature. He could write very good books. So we believe that there's a book called Kausilumina, one of the oldest Sinhala literature books. Kausilumina, poem book. Kausilumina. So we believe that Kausilumina was written by this king, Parakramabahu II. Okay. Yeah. We strongly believe this. Yes. And because of the knowledge that he had about Sinhala literature, he had a title. Parakramabahu the second had a title. He was called as Kalikala Sahitya Sarvaknya Pandita. Kalikala Sahitya means Pute literature. Sarvaknya Pandita. Pandita means what, Pute? Pandita means what?
Listening to anything.
Yeah. Pandita ekwenna pagila kennuwad. Yeah. Don't be a pandita.
Taking only their decision, not listening to anything.
Okay. No, Pute. Now today when we are scolding somebody, we are using the word pandita. No. But actually Pandita means Pute very master. Have a lot of knowledge about a certain subject. Then you call him Pandit. Okay, or Pandite, right? So, but some people try to act like they know everything. Some people are acting like, I know everything. Pandita. Today we call him Nikam Pandita Vendepa, right? Don't try to be a Pandita. Pandita means they know everything. Actually, Pandita know everything. But today we have people who think that they know everything, but they know nothing. Yeah. But those days we had real Pandits, real Pandita. Okay. That means they know a lot of things. They are masters. Okay. They are scholars. So Parakramabahu II was a master or scholar when it comes to Sinhala literature. He had immense knowledge about Sinhala literature. That is why he wrote Kausilumina, right? Kausilumina is one of the greatest literature in Sinhala. And that is why he held the title called Kalikala Sahitya Sarvaknya Pandit. Okay, so this is an honorary title given to the king. Okay, so some people have titles, right, given to them because of their service and everything. Yes, okay, for example. Yeah. Okay, so that is Parakram Bahu II. Now I told you the literature or education side of Parakram Bahu II. Now Parakram Bahu II is a complete king. Okay, not only education, but when it comes to warfare, he is a skilled warrior as well. All right, so he's a we'd say he's a total package, as you call it. You know, like not only we see some students, right? We see some people, right? Multiple talents, can study well, Pantiya Palaveniya, first in the class, first in sports as well. You know, I learned first in sports, first in the class also. Have you seen people like that? Yeah, it's the other way around, no? First in sports, last in class. Yeah. First in class, last in a race. Yes. Is it? But yeah, in the, I have seen, like, in my batch, for example, when we were in school, there were some students who excel in multiple areas, right? Yeah, sports, island first or district first. Education, studies also, very good. There are people like that who can do many things very well. Yes. Parakram Bahu II was such a king. Not only he was very educated, but when it comes to fighting or warfare, military knowledge, he had a very excellent military knowledge as well. Okay, so Parakram Bahu II started and planned a campaign, against who, Pude? Against who? Who do you think? Now you got to liberate your country, right? You got to liberate your country. So Parakram Bahu II gradually planned a campaign against Kalingamag. Okay, and this campaign went on for some time, and eventually he is the king who got rid of Kalingamag and liberated Polonnaruwa from Kalingamag. Okay, so Kalingamag was defeated during Parakram Bahu II. Parakram Bahu II was able to defeat Kalingamag and liberate our country, free our country from Kalingamag, who was an invader who ruled the country for about 40 years. Now Polonnaruwa is destroyed. Kalingamaga was there in Polonnaruwa. So Parakram Bahu II decided, I'm going to stay in Dambadeniya. I'm going to continue in Dambadeniya because I don't want to shift my kingdom from Dambadeniya to Polonnaruwa. Even though I liberated Polonnaruwa, I will continue in Dambadeniya. So Dambadeniya will be our capital. Okay. So now again, Pude, some people, when they are strong, they get more challenges. You see, if you are getting more challenges, you have to remember that it's because you are strong. Okay, because when you are strong, you are getting more challenges. So Parakram Bahu II was a very strong king. He's a very educated king. He's a very strong king as well. Liberated the country from Kalingamag. So when all these things were happening, another king attacked our country. Okay, and this king was called Chandrabanu. So he thought Dambadeniya kingdom is weak and I'm going to attack Dambadeniya and I'm going to loot all the religious relics like the Dalada Karandu. Okay, he came for Dalada Karandu and the sacred ball relic, Patra Dhatu Kilikyanegata. So he came for mainly for both those Lord Buddha's sacred relics. And Chandrabanu came from a country called we can call it Malay Peninsula. So Chandrabanu came from Malay Peninsula, or we can call it Javakarata. Yeah. So Malay Peninsula. Actually, Chandrabanu was also a Buddhist king. Okay, so at that time, this Malaysia or this Java, this area was a Buddhist area. So Buddhist kings ruled those areas, Malaysia, Indonesia, these areas. So Chandrabanu was a Buddhist king. he wanted to attack Dambadeniya kingdom and get our valuable sacred relics that we had, you know, the Buddhist relics. That is why he attacked Dambadeniya kingdom. And he attacked not once but twice. Okay, twice. So he attacked once and Parakram Bahu II was able to defeat him. And after some time he attacked again. And this time Parakram Bahu II got some support from India as well and defeated him once again, and this time he got killed. Who got killed? Chandrabanu, the invader, got killed. So Parakram Bahu II had to manage multiple challenges, many challenges. Okay. On one side, he had to fight against Kalingamaga and liberate or free our country from the invader Kalingamaga. So he became successful. He managed to defeat Kalingamaga and liberate Polonnaruwa. And in the meantime, he was getting multiple invasions, or he was facing multiple invasions from Chandrabanu. Chandrabanu invaded the country 2 times. Once he was defeated and chased away. The second time he was defeated with the help of India and he was killed. So there was no threat after that. So Parakram Bahu II's life is like that, and that's all you need to remember about
Excuse
Parakram
me,
Bahu
sir.
II. And if you go to 1 minute, Pute, if you go to page number 58, Pute, we have a purple color box. You have more information about Parakram Bahu II in that box. I will put in the tute, don't worry, you can remember everything. And then one more thing Parakram Bahu II did was, you know, his father kept the sacred tooth relic of Lord Buddha in Beligala, right? I told you this earlier. Beligala is in Kagal, close to Kagal. What Parakram Bahu II did, he built a Dalada Maligav in Dambadeniya and brought the sacred tooth relic from Beligala to Dambadeni. Okay. And then he developed the country so much, and he developed the roads that we used to go to Sripad or Adams Peak. He also started cultivating crops like coconut. These are some services done by Parakram Bahu II. But remember very well, he's very educated king. He wrote Kausilumina. Because of that, he was called Kalikala Sahitya Saravaksha Pandita. Because of the knowledge that he had about Sinhala literature, he was given this title. And he was very skilled in warfare, defeated Kalingamaga and liberated our country, or freed our country, and faced 2 invasions by a Malay ruler called Chandrabanu. He came from Malay Peninsula, and Chandrabanu was a Buddhist king who wanted to loot our sacred relics. And he invaded Dambadeni kingdom twice. Who invaded? Chandrabanu invaded, but he was defeated both the times by Parakram Bahu II, and the second time he got killed as well. Okay, so he was a great scholar as well. Who? Parakram Bahu II was a great scholar. He is the one who wrote Kausilumina. You can remember that. Okay, so that's about Parakram Bahu II. Everybody okay? Any questions?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Uday.
Why didn't he build the Dalada Maligav in Veligamba as his father built over there?
Okay, so when the kings are moving, Pute, they will take Dalada Maligawa with them. Okay, they will build Dalada Maligawa in their capital, right? Yes. Why do you think? What is the reason for that? I told you earlier that to be the king, you need to have you need to meet 3 criteria. You have to be a Buddhist. You have to come from a royal family. And what is the third one? What is the third one? You need to have Dalada Karanduwa or Dalada Vanse sacred tooth relic in your possession or under your protection. Yes. So if you want to have Dalada Karanduwa under your protection, and if you are ruling, let's say for example, if you are ruling Anuradhapura kingdom, do you want Dalada Maligawa to be in Polonnaruwa or Anuradhapura? It should be close to you, right? Yes. So that is why when kings change their kingdoms, they built Dalada Maligavas in their capitals. Okay, understand? Yeah, because it's easy to protect, right? When it is there near you, you can protect it, right? Yes, easy to protect. It's safe. So our last kingdom was which kingdom? Last kingdom in our country?
Kandyan Kingdom.
Kandyan kingdom, and that is why Dalada Maligawa is in
Candian.
Yes. Now you know the reason, right? Yes. Yeah. So wherever the kings came to power, they wanted to build a Dalada Maligam in their capitals, so it's safe, can be protected, easy to provide security. So yeah, they can keep the Dalada Karandu under their watch. They can monitor what's going on. They don't want to keep it somewhere else, so they have to protect it, because if they wanted to remain as kings, it was their duty to protect it. Okay, because that is the most important thing for the Buddhists in the country. So that's enough for one day. We will continue. We will quickly revise Parakram Bhav the second next week, and we will continue the lesson from here. And we will, that's about Dambadaniya kingdom. And we have a small story to know about the starting of Yapahua kingdom. So after Dambadani, it was Yapahua, Apo Daya, the Apo Dambadaniya discussed today. Then Yapahua, then Kurunagala Gampola we will discuss next week. Yeah, Kurunagala Gampola, and if we have time, Kotte as well. So we have only in 2 weeks we are going to finish this lesson, and we're going to start the final lesson. Hopefully end of July we can finish our syllabus, but like I said, we will see again for another month to discuss the papers and do revision before your final exams. Okay, I will see you next week then. Take care. Bye bye. God bless you. Good night, Putay. Bye. See you all.